can you hold on? My arcane energy is substantial. If I keep attacking, the wolves might retreat, Alan says. He wraps his leg around the rope and secures it with his mouth, freeing his hands to channel arcane energy. There's no better option. Everyone, hold on. As long as the kid can drive them off, we'll be saved. We have to hold on, the captain, his eyes reddened, instructs. Determined, everyone braces themselves. They are all around 20 years old and unwilling to die easily. Fortunately, Alan doesn't need to chant spells to channel arcane energy. With the rope secured in his teeth, he frees his hands and begins to attack. Blue-green windblade spells cut through the darkness, targeting the wolves below. The bone wolves snarl and swipe at the air but are unable to reach the adventurers. They endure Alan's relentless attacks. Alan's arcane energy is at a mid-tier arcane mage level, allowing him to cast windblade spells with minimal depletion. As he continues, his skill improves. His spells become more frequent and accurate, causing many wolves to howl in pain. Each windblade spell isn't strong enough to kill a bone wolf outright, but is effective against their legs and heads. Alan consistently targets the same wolves, weakening them further. The wolves, already injured and now suffering from Alan's persistent attacks, begin to show signs of retreating. Hang on, everyone. The wolves are about to retreat, the captain encourages. The adventurers pin their hopes on Alan. Kid, you should take a break. Your arcane energy might run out. If you collapse. Dan worries, noting Alan's continuous spellcasting. Typically, a junior second-tier arcane mage can only cast about 30 windblade spells before exhaustion, but Alan has cast over 100 without stopping. Alan is indeed exhausted, but in this situation, time is critical. If he doesn't drive the wolves away soon, someone will collapse. Still gripping the rope with his teeth, Alan can't respond, but his actions show he can hold on. Ugh! A bone wolf finally succumbs to Alan's windblade spell, collapsing with green liquid oozing from its eyes. A second and then a third wolf fall. When the fourth wolf collapses, the remaining wolves realize they are at risk of total annihilation. They howl in unison, glance at the adventurers hanging on the cliff, and retreat reluctantly. Hold on a bit longer, these beasts are cunning, Dan warns. Despite the wolves retreating, a few return briefly, enduring some windblade spells before fleeing into the forest again. Dan, go down and check the situation, the captain instructs. Dan descends, and Red Hair and the captain exhale deeply. Without Dan's weight, their trembling hands relax from their sword grips. They're gone. You can come down. Dan breathes a sigh of relief, his nerves stretched to the limit. Dan, catch me, Alan calls out. After biting the rope for a long time, he lets go and falls 10 meters, using a vortex to slow his descent. Soon, the others descend one by one. Covered in blood, they sit on the ground and begin searching for their discarded packs to find medicine and bandage their wounds. Is Black okay? The captain asks. Black's arm was bitten off, causing significant blood loss. Fortunately, Black lost consciousness from pain, but should survive after bandaging his wound to stop the bleeding. The others have various injuries, but as junior warriors with strong physiques, can manage as long as the wounds aren't fatal. Little guy, we really owe you, Dan says, patting Alan's shoulder with a bloodied hand. Yeah, Red Hair and the bald man agree. The captain, rarely showing a smile, also expresses gratitude to Alan. Initially, the team had helped Alan merely out of necessity, but his actions, from discovering the beasts and suggesting an escape to resisting the wolves and saving the team, demonstrated remarkable intelligence and bravery. His relentless windblade spells were crucial in driving the wolves away and saving everyone. His performance was both surprising and impressive. After surviving the ordeal, the team's demeanor softens. Each member shows more sincerity, understanding that if one had faltered, all would have perished. For Alan, facing beasts for the first time marks a significant shift from being chased to fighting back. Reflecting on his progress over the past 3 months, learning the whirlwind spell, mastering the windblade spell, and harnessing a vortex, he feels confident in his growing strength. If he encounters similar threats again, he believes he can handle them. The 6, now exhausted, rest briefly before deciding to leave. After collecting crystal cores from the bone wolves and completing their mission, they prepare to return. Alan, now the only one with full combat capability, takes the lead. Dealing with an adult F-grade beast alone is challenging, often requiring Dan's assistance. Beasts are difficult to kill without significant strength and planning. The team isn't greedy, they just want to leave the area. They drive off any encountered beasts, knowing their injuries will take time to heal.